All right, this is a Relentless Rebel with my Super Bowl preview presented by me. Super Bowl 44 is going to put together two high-power offenses, two of the best offenses in the National Football League this season. The New Orleans Saints, who've averaged about 31 points a game and about 408 yards of total offense a game, up against Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams will have the ability and capabilities to score an enormous amount of points. One offense is geared to the passing game, and that is the Indianapolis Colts. They rank dead last in the league in rushing offense. Compare that to the New Orleans Saints offense, which is a lot more balanced. They run the ball very well. They still throw the ball very well behind the arm of Drew Brees. These are the two best quarterbacks in the league statistically. Completion percentage, Drew Brees has set an NFL record 70.6% completion percentage, while Peyton Manning's 68% completion percentage is not all that bad either. These two quarterbacks rank 1-2 in the amount of touchdown passes they've thrown. Drew Brees threw 34 during the regular season, while Peyton Manning threw 33. The story in this game is how well the defenses are going to be playing. Both defenses are also very similar statistically, but the one thing here that I noticed is the fact that we don't know where Dwight Freeney is going to be health-wise. If he plays, he may be about 75 to 80%, whereas the Saints defense is completely healthy, as they have been throughout the entire playoffs so far. If Dwight Freeney even if he plays at 75 or 80%, that's still going to be very good for the Saints offense. It's going to be they're going to have an easier time especially Drew Brees. He's going to have an easier time at being able to throw the football, and that offensive line, which I believe is a very underrated unit if you want to really think about it. They've protected Drew Brees when they've needed to. They only allowed one sack in the NFC Championship game against the defensive line of the Minnesota Vikings that posted about 6 sacks the week before against Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys. And I felt that the Minnesota Vikings defensive line is a lot more athletic and a lot tougher than the defensive line of the Indianapolis Colts, not taking anything away from them. That defensive unit of Indianapolis can create turnovers, but not to the extent of the Saints defense. The Saints have forced 46 turnovers this season, which is second in the league. If the Saints can find a way to create turnovers and put pressure on Peyton Manning, not necessarily having to sack him, but if they can get to him X number of times, I'm thinking anywhere between 12 to 15 times. If they can get to Peyton Manning anywhere between 12 to 15 times, disrupt his rhythm, and make him frustrated, then the Saints have a really good chance of winning this football game. If the Saints could come out and play similar to that again of the way they played against Arizona, similar to the way they played against the New England Patriots when they beat them by 3 touchdowns on a Monday night, then I also believe that the Saints have every chance in the world to win this football game. And their chances, I believe, are pretty good. But national media does not want to give the Saints credit where credit is due, and they're not. The majority of the national media and the majority of the media out there aren't giving the Saints the chance to win this football game, and in my opinion, that's just wrong, because the Saints are very, very talented. They're not the number 1 ranked offense in the league for nothing. They didn't create 46 turnovers for nothing. They're a very aggressive defense, and they're going to come after Peyton Manning. You could believe that. And they're also going to try to force turnovers like they did against Minnesota. But as long as Peyton Manning is in the football game, and as long as Peyton Manning has an ounce of blood in his body, and as long as he's still breathing, he's going to play. And I think that's what gives Indianapolis the edge here. The spread as of today was 2.5 points in favor of Indianapolis. it's going to be an interesting football game. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm not making a prediction, but I will say this. I think the Indianapolis Colts, are very, very similar to that of the New Orleans Saints. Statistically, the Saints are a better football team. On paper, I believe that the Saints are a better football team. But when you throw in the experience of Peyton Manning and the experience of, the 24 other players that have been in this position before, when they went to the Super Bowl about 4 years ago or 3.5 years ago, that's where you got to give Indianapolis the edge. But you never know. The Saints are poised and ready to go. I think they're going to come out ready to play this football game. So it's going to be a very interesting one at that. No prediction from the Relentless Rebel. But if you come back on Monday, I'll give you my post-game analysis, reaction, and everything that there is to do in a post-game blog following the biggest game of the year, Super Bowl 44. But for now, I'm the Relentless Rebel, and I'll be seeing you next time.